Clint. This screencast tutorial is about a new feature in Google Forms where you can create a quiz that grades within Google Forms itself. Also, you can leave feedback. So let's look at my terrible quiz that I created, where we're just going to try to name the band. So if I'm a student, this is what the quiz would look like. That would be the Wild Stallions. I'm not really sure about Steven Seagal's band. I like the name Under Musical Siege, the Justice League, and Josie and the Pussycats. All right, when a student clicks submit now, check this out. They can view their score, see previous responses, or submit another response. But this is the big one, the view your score. So now what kids can do is locally see, well, I got 3 out of 4 of them correct. I know my bands. And then also what they can do is you can see feedback for the ones that they missed. So let me show you how I did that. This is the form that I created right here. So I created a form just like any other form. I inserted images, and I did that by clicking on this button right here to add images. I could also put videos in if I wanted to, or different sections. But now if I click on the gear, on the setting right here, there's an option that says quizzes. This is new, it came out this summer. So, and it works for old forms too. So all I did was move this over to make it say make a quiz. When I do that, I have these options. Immediately after each submission, I can release the grade, which is what I did. Or later after a manual review, and then I can release them there. I just have to make sure that it collects their usernames. And I want my respondents, and I can check any of these on or off. Missed questions, correct answers, or point values. Alright, so when I turn that switch on to make this a quiz, as I am going through this quiz, if I click like right here, I have to edit the question or whatever I want to do it, there's this button right here called answer key. So if I click that, I have to tell it what the right answer is. But then I can also put feedback in. So feedback for correct answers, I can put way to go. For incorrect answers, check this out. I can edit it, and then I can insert a link if I wanted to. So maybe this kid, if the student misses a question, maybe this link could go back to a tutorial video, or maybe it could go back to an assignment that you pushed out in classroom, or a link or something like that to your website, or whatever it would be to help them answer that question. And just think how powerful that can be too, because it can differentiate as we go. So if I miss 1 and 3, you might miss 2 and 4, then we could have different ways to go back and look at that. This right now currently only works for multiple choice or true-false answers within Google Forms. Okay? So then also, so after that's finished, then I can also see the responses tab. So I can go in and see the summary for my whole class. Then I can see all the individual scores. I've done this at a few schools. So we have various answers of who really knows who Steven Seagal's blues band is. But it goes in and gives me a breakdown for each question and how they did. But then I can also go in to see individuals. So this, again, this works if when I create my form, collect Clark County usernames, and then I can go in and then I can see everybody who's taken this test, and I can just pull up this one. So I just took it the last time, and then now I'm looking exactly how I did on the last submission. So it's a pretty great new feature. Some of the things I've learned as I play with this is to remember to, as you're doing this, to give it a point value for each question. So to do that, again, when I go back to the question, if I go to the edit question, answer key, and then just make sure that you have a point value for it. I think this is a very powerful thing. If you have questions, please email the ITS instructor, myself,